Hello, hello, hello. This is your boy Irony Boxing coming through with this 36 live. We're going to talk about this thing called boxing. We can also talk about this thing called UFC, and we can also talk about this thing called pro wrestling. We mainly talk about boxing on this channel. First and foremost, God bless you all. I hope you're all having a great day, evening, afternoon, whatever the case may be. So in this sense, how you doing, Crush? What an honor. God bless you, sir. Absolutely. I appreciate you pulling up, sir. Are you gonna be live tomorrow at 6 a.m., sir? Do you think so? Let me know, please. Oh, by the way, everybody, check out this channel right here, okay? You will not regret it. Believe me. Feel free to put the link in there, sir. Welcome. God bless you. So yeah, I mean, I am here. Yes, okay, awesome, awesome. I'm gonna pull up there. I want to say hi to you for sure. Appreciate it. So yeah, we're gonna have supposedly a debate here with brother Oster. We'll see if he pulls up. Let me put the link on the Discord here. Um, just 1 second. So yeah, we're gonna go over some boxing news here, okay? And then I'm gonna show you some good stuff, okay? Knockouts and fight moments, absolutely, okay? Just let me put the link here on the Discord so Oster can pull up and we can have the debate. Um, all right, so let's see. First, as I said before, we're going to start and end the show with the Lord's Prayer. Okay. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. In the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Thank you, God. Yes, sir. So let's go right into it. We have my favorite heavyweight of all time in the screen. That's Big George Foreman. Okay. Probably the scariest human being that I have ever seen in that ring. If you want to say it's Mike Tyson, if you want to say it's Tommy Hearns, that's perfectly fine. If you have somebody else, that's perfectly fine as well. Um, let's see what we got here. All right, so the ring news. Let's see what we got. There is an art collection that is going to be shown. Ingo Wegerich's Ring Magazine art collection to be shown at International Fair. Let me paste the headline here. This is interesting. I'm a kind of an art guy as well. I'm a graphic designer. I do some stuff, so I have appreciation for art in general. Okay. Um, Four original Ring magazine covers will be on display for the first time at an international art fair as part of Ingo Wegerich's Wegerich Fine Art Collection at the Discovery Art Fair in Frankfurt, Germany from Thursday through Sunday. Awesome. The four original Ring magazine covers that'll be featured are Max Schmeling as the Man of the Hour, quote, in 1936, by C.R. Scher. Joe Louis from 1937, being depicted as, quote, the Brown Bomber by Shar. Okay. Jack Delaney versus Paul Berlenbach, 2 in 1948 by former owner, publisher, and writer for the ring Stanley Weston, and, quote, Muhammad Ali in court in 1970, end quote, in 1966 when he refused to enlist for the Vietnam War by Willard Mullen. Wegerick, whose collection is recognized as the world's foremost art collection dedicated to boxing. Interesting. We'll also have the original artwork from the program cover for Floyd Mayweather vs. Conor McGregor from 2017 by Richard Sloan, and the second fight between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin in 2018 by Sloan. Okay, awesome. Here's the link of the article if anybody wants to check that out. Okay, here is the link. All right. Oh, speaking about links, let me post the link here just in case anybody want to pull up and chop it up. This is a free smoke up and panel show. Okay, let me pin that thing as well. There it is. Okay. All right. So very interesting stuff there. What else we got? Um, Erickson Lubin ready to replace Virgil Ortiz Jr. envisions stoppage in historical fight. The pre-fight chatter surrounding the slugfest between Virgil Ortiz Jr. and Erickson Lubin on November the 8th is how Ortiz will finally get to move on to face Jaron Ennis. Yes, with the win. Not so fast, says Lubin, the ring's number 5 contender at 154. Lubin certainly is no walk in the park for Ortiz, who's ranked number 1, and he's preparing with a massive chip on shoulder to offset the apple cart. Quote, beating somebody like Virgil, I'd basically be replacing him, end quote. Lubin said in a promotional vignette titled, quote, Dare to Enter, end quote, ahead of their main event fight at the Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas on the Zone. Quote, I'm one of the top dogs in this division. I feel like a lot of dudes tend to duck me or overlook me. I'm just happy that Virgil took a fight like this. He could have fought a list of names, so respect to him. We're both in our primes. We're not waiting for somebody to get old or not ducking each other because the money's not right. It's going to be one of those real historical matchups. I'll probably stop him or win a decision. It doesn't matter to me. Go home with a win. After this fight, they won't be talking about Virgil. They're going to be talking about the hammer. End quote. Interesting. Interesting. I love it. I absolutely love it. By Mr. Erickson Lubin. Okay. Um, let's see what else we got. We're still on the ring news here. Let's see. The ring's latest ratings this year. Movement in 2 divisions, including light heavyweight. There are changes in 2 divisions with the this week with the release of the ring's ratings. Isn't that rankings? I don't know. Update. It was a fairly low-key weekend for boxing, but on Saturday night, Joshua Buatsi and Zach Parker headlined the card full to the brim with light heavyweight hopefuls. So, Watsi won by majority decision after a tame 10 rounds of action in Manchester, but the result was a controversial one, with commentators, pundits, and fans slamming the judges' scoring in the aftermath. 2 scores read 96-94 for Watsi, while the other was a draw, 95-95. Yep. On the undercard, Bradley Rhea lost his 175-pound European title to Lyndon Arthur. How about Lyndon Arthur, fellas? Still in the picture, huh? Props to him, man. Despite scoring an early knockdown, and Troy Jones rather dropped a contentious decision to Liam Cameron. Down at strawweight, yeah, Melvin Jerusalem defended his WBC title with a unanimous decision victory over Siaknowa Kusei. Yep. So that was nice. Hopefully, we get some undisputed action over, or unification first, obviously, over at the minimum weight or strawweight is 105 pounds division, the smallest weight in boxing. Hopefully, we'll get that for sure. I know that both Pedro Taduran and Melvin Jerusalem basically said that they wanted to become undisputed. They both called each other out, and also Oscar Pupilo Collazo. Okay, now it is worth noting that Oscar Collazo has already beaten and stopped Melvin Jerusalem. They have fought before. Okay, I have seen that fight. But nevertheless, Jerusalem is a champion as well. Okay, so to be clear, let's see. Let me give you the actual organization in which they are. There it is. So Pedro Taduran is the IBF champion. Melvin Jerusalem is the WBC champion, and Oscar Collazo is the WBA and the WBO champion. Okay, um, we're going to have a title defense of the flyweight title. Flyweight, of course, is 112 pounds in boxing. Between Masamichi Yabuki versus Felix Alvarado. And there are news about that fight. Give me one second. I know I saw it. What the heck? I know I seen that. Oh, there it is. Masamichi Yabuki and Felix Alvarado title fight moved to Tokoname, Japan on December 27th. Wow, that's the same day of so they added it to the Inoue card and Nakatani card because that's the same day they fight, right? Let's see. The IBF title fight between Yabuki and Alvarado and his mandatory challenger Alvarado will now take place at the Aichi Sky Expo in Tokoname, Japan on December 27th. Back in September, MP Promotions won the purse bid to secure the fight with a sole bid of 30,000, split 65-35 in favor of the defending champion. Okay. Initially, it appeared as though the fight would take place in Mexico. Now, how plans to put the fight there on November 22nd failed to materialize, and instead the fight will now take place on a Kameda Promotions show in Japan. Yabuki is 18-4 with 17 knockouts. The ring's number 4 rated flyweight. Lost an early 4-round decision to future 3-weight titleist Junto Nakatani, of course. Was stopped in a round by future WBA flyweight title holder Seigo Yuri Akui and Cuba's Daniel Matellon. The power puncher upset Taraji, but was decisively dispatched in 3 rounds during the rematch. Okay, so those are his 4 losses. Okay, Junto Nakatani, Seigo Yuri Akui, Daniel Matellon, and Kenshiro Taraji. Okay, the rematch. He scored an impressive win over Thanon Saksinsri in the 7th round and returned after rupturing his Achilles tendon. Oh shit. To claim the IBF 108-pound title, stopping Sivanati Nonshinga in the 9th round by TKO before heading to flyweight where he beat up Angel Ayala, TKO 12, to win the IBF belt. Got it. Alvarado, on the other hand, the challenger, is hang on a second. There it is. Alvarado, the challenger, is 42-4 with 35 knockouts. Okay, so the champion is 18-4 with 17 knockouts. Challenger is 42-4 with 35 knockouts. The ring's number 8 rated flyweight fell short with a pair of 12-round decision defeats in world title attempts against Kazuto Ioka and Juan Carlos Rabeco early in his career. Quote, El Gemelo, unquote. Okay, so Felix El Gemelo Alvarado then reeled off 15 consecutive victories to earn the shot. 15 consecutive victories, fellas, to earn a shot at the vacant IBF 108-pound belt, which is junior flyweight, which he won by stopping Randy Petal-Korin, TKO round 7, before making 2 successful title defenses. Okay, interesting. Hopefully, I'll be watching. I think so, for sure. I'm getting more and more interested in the smaller weights. And I'll tell you guys, you should be too. Go and watch a flyweight fight, a strawweight fight, a junior flyweight fight. Go and watch anything. Go and watch Chocolatito Gonzalez. Go and watch Ivan Calderon. Go watch Ricardo Lopez. You know. You can watch Oscar Collazo or Anthony Alascuaga, who's very nice. Pedro Tarula is pretty good as well. I mean, they're all good, but I'm just saying, the big names, right? Okay, so that is that. Zach Parker, appeal lodged with WBA, would happily do Joshua Buatsi rematch. Yeah, let's run it back. I don't mind it. says Ghana to lift ban on professional boxing, open the door for matchroom Anthony Joshua fight. Ghana's National Sports Authority will lift their suspension on professional boxing this Thursday, clearing the way for Matchroom to stage their first ever event in the West African nation 5 days before Christmas. So that's the 20th of December, right? The NSA, National Sports Authority, had initially made their decision to suspend all boxing in the country after two deaths linked with the sport inside the space of 6 months. Man, they insisted the decision was a quote necessary step to protect lives, uphold the integrity of the sport, and ensure its future. End quote in Ghana. They have since sought to strengthen their safety protocols and improve court governance and administrative structures. End quote. Despite the suspension, Eddie Hearn and Matchroom this month announced that they will be promoting for the first time in Ghana on December 20th with Greg Richards and Dan Aziz set to meet in the main event of their show at Legom Sports Stadium in the capital Accra. That's ACCRA. Okay. Hearn recently told the Ring that the event, which will be shown live on the Zone, will act as a crucial precursor to a potential Ghana outing for Anthony Joshua in the new year. Oh boy. Not for nothing, man. You kind of have to give Eddie Hearn his flowers here. Now, the NSA have confirmed that pro boxing will be free to restart after, excuse me, after what a statement described as, quote, significant progress in addressing the key issues that led to his suspension, end quote. It also stated that, quote, the authority looks forward to a vibrant return of professional boxing and also encourages local as well as foreign promoters, investors to bring international bouts and collaborations to Ghana under these enhanced standards. Okay. The first major international promoter through the doors will be Matchroom with their December 20 show, which will also feature heavyweight hopeful Leo Atang and Indian southpaw Nishant Dev. They are then expected to return in February with an even bigger event that could be spearheaded by Anthony Joshua. The two-time world heavyweight champion is back in camp ahead of what will be his first fight for more than a year, right? And it's expected to return early in 2026. Now, the big question is against who, right? Anthony Joshua is returning, right? In early 2026, February, as they say, right? The real question is against who? Against who should Anthony Joshua return? Who should it be against? Who should be the opponent? Who should be? So let's figure this out, okay? Let's figure this out. Tyson Fury straight up. I wouldn't mind it, but that doesn't seem possible. And of course, it's happening in Ghana. So if the Fury fight's gonna happen, you know that's in Wembley. You know. So who should it be against? Should it be Efe Ajagba, the Nigerian? Should it be the Bakoli, the Congolese? Should it be against who else? Andy Ruiz trilogy? Do we do the Andy Ruiz trilogy? Do we do Francis? No, Francis. What for, bro? We claimed them already. Do we do Deontay Wilder? What about Ruiz trilogy or Deontay Wilder, fellas? What about that? Um, I'm not sure. I mean, it's a tough one for me. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I'm thinking, who could it be a good opponent for him, right, for the comeback? Because Efe Ajagba and Bakoli could be dangerous, man, not for nothing. Because yeah, you want to make a big splash, but you also want to make sure that you don't get Daniel Dubois again, you know? So could it be Joe Joyce? No, that don't make too much sense for me. Could it be Joseph Parker? Could it be? Could it be Joseph Parker? Maybe. Um, who else doesn't make sense? I don't see too many. Let's look at the ranking, shall we? Let's go all the way up to heavyweight here. Yeah, there we go. What about Philip Hergovich? Does that make sense? Maybe Jared Anderson makes sense. I know Makhmudov has said he want. Okay, Makhmudov makes sense. Yeah, Arslanbek Makhmudov does make sense. For sure. So I'm between Hergovich. Derek Chisora really doesn't make any sense. Okay, nah, Derek Chisora. I mean, it's a sure win, but and I heard Dillian. Oh no, I heard that he's fighting Dillian White for the trilogy. That's what I heard. So yeah, that's probably what's going to go down here. So, ain't too much sense going down that road. But Big Baby Miller, nah, up 30 already. What for? What would even be the point of that, right? I don't know. I don't know. It's not looking good. It's not looking. I mean, I would do Jared Anderson. If I'm on AJ's team, I would do Jared Anderson will be my first choice. If not, Philip Hergovich. What about Zile Zhang? Is Zile Zhang an option? Um, let's see. What else we can. Zile Zhang, is that a. I don't know. That to me is dangerous as well. But I think he's way up there. I think that now's the time for AJ to fight him. You know? Yeah, for sure. So Jared Anderson. Oh, okay, so no, never mind what I said. So Jared Anderson is my first pick. Arslanbek Makhmudov is my second pick. Okay, and let's see. Yeah, let's do Philip Herkovich. Why not? You know. Yeah. Top three. Top three opponent for AJ's return. Let's do this. Okay. Top three opponents for AJ's return. Jared Anderson is number one for me. Actually, Loki might be Makhmudov, okay? Hang on, let me copy the name because I'm probably going to butcher it. Copy the name, put it in here. Arslanbek Makhmudov. And number three is Philip Hergo. Okay? Those will be my top three choices. If I'm Team AJ. Who do I prefer out of those three? Arslanbek Makhmudov. Okay? This is my opinion. What do you think? Let me know what do you think. Um, let's see what else we got. Let's see what other news we got here. Articles. Nicholas Flas hopes victory over Tiger Johnson will catapult him towards title shot. Yes, sir. Nicholas Flas understands the importance of his fight on Friday with Delonte Tiger Johnson. The 15-2 with 10 KOs contender is ranked at welterweight by both the IBF and the WBO, and the winner of Friday's fight at Lakeland, Florida, will near a title shot. Awesome. Where is he ranked? Give me 1 second. I'm trying to open this thing. It's not letting me. Let me see the rankings here. So he's number 10 at the IBF. We're talking about Nicholas Floss right now. He's ranked number 10 at the IBF. Okay, that's the Louis Croker belt. He is nowhere to be seen on the WBA as far as the top 15 goes. On the WBC, he's nowhere to be seen either. And he's number 11 at the WBO. So the WBO belt is Brian Norman Jr., who's obviously defending against Devin Haney on the 22nd of this month. And the IBF is Louis Croker. That's where he is most highly ranked at. So after this win, I'm guessing they're going to do the fight with Rohan Polanco, which they got beef, of course. So, I mean, there's quite a few people there that he can fight, but Liam Power is probably going to fight Paddy Donovan. Surely the winner of that fight is going to get the next shot at Croker. So I believe Nicholas Floss can beat Louis Croker for sure. And I believe he can beat Liam Power and Paddy Donovan. The fighter that I'm not sure that he can beat is Karen Chukatsian. Rohan Polanco is a very dangerous fight as well. Those are the two most dangerous fights for Nicholas Floss, my Puerto Rican brother right there. Okay, but send them in. You know what they say. Um, Speaking from his camp in Puerto Rico, he said, meaning Floss, that his training has gone well, sparring has been good, and that he is more than ready. He had been due to face Peter Dodson in September, but an injury to the American forced him to wait. Quote, "It's going great. It's been a really long training camp, but it's been good," he said of training for Johnson. "We're in good physical shape." Awesome. Quote, "Unfortunately, my last opponent got injured and the card was rescheduled, but now we are up against another great opponent and we haven't stopped training. Johnson's undefeated and an Olympian from the Tokyo Games. He's a great opponent who, God willing, will catapult me to a world title. Tiger Johnson is 16-0 with 7 KOs, boxed at the Olympics and fought on Team USA for several years, traveling the world. Quote, I'm going to show them that Olympic boxing and professional boxing are completely different, and I'm going to welcome him to real professional boxing," Floss added. Quote, "As always, I'm predicting a great fight. I'm going to enjoy the fight, doing what I always do, and putting on a show for my people," end quote. The super middleweight contender Edgar Berlanga has tipped Floss as the future star of Puerto Rican boxing, and Floss revealed he studied Miguel Cotto as one of the island's greats, and in particular his left hook. Awesome. Floss is a smart man. Floss impressed in his only previous outing of 2025, in which in May he stopped the experienced Alan Sanchez in 4 rounds in Kissimmee, Florida. "It was a fight that we prepared well for. The game plan worked out and we were able to stop him quickly," Floss explained. And he hopes there's a similar outcome when he headlines on ProBox TV on Friday evening. "We're expecting a great fight with lots of action," he said. "My goal is to become a world champion, and we are very close to making it happen." Yes, you are, brother. All the best to you. In respect to the next Puerto Rican boxing star, that to me is Jean Paul Rivera. But Laurie Burton Show 420. How are you, sir? God bless you. Oh, for sure, he beats all three. Yeah, but I'm just. Who do you think is a more favorable matchup? I think it's Makhmudov. You know, But I'm just like thinking out loud as far as because the thing is, Larry Burden, and I covered this a few minutes ago. AJ's return is probably going to be in Ghana, Africa, on February. So if you give him Bekoli or Efe Ajagba, that might be a dangerous fight for him. He has been out of the ring for over a year. He's never done that before. So I'm just speaking because not for nothing, bro. I still want to see the Fury fight, and in order for the Fury fight to happen, he needs to win. And if you send one of the Africans, meaning Bakoli or Ajagba, bro, it might get dicey over there for AJ. Those are two very dangerous opponents, you know? Yeah, for sure. So those are the three that to me gets him. Ain't not such a thing as a sure thing, but you know the closest to it, shall we say, right? Stylistically speaking. So yeah, that's where I'm coming from more than anything. Um, no Triple D, no Caballel, no Zile Zhang, no Bakoli, no Ajagba, no Moses Atalma, no Fabio Wardley. Nah, no. We don't need that. We don't need that in our lives for now. You know, ain't no need for that for now. Get you the Fury fight, fill up Wembley, make a ton of money, and then do whatever the heck you want to do. You know. Actually, let me think of a few other possible opponents. So Frank Sanchez is probably going to fight Daniel Dubois. So he's out of the picture. This kid Jalolov, maybe. Torres is fighting in Mexico in the same card of Espinosa versus Kegai. So he's busy. He is busy. Um, Lawrence Okoli is going to fight in Nigeria. I believe it's next month, and also Adelaide. So they're out of the picture. Who the heck knows about Michael Hunter, man? What about Michael Hunter? Come on. Derek Chisora is in talks to fight Dillian White for a trilogy, so they're pretty much out of the picture. We're not going to do the whole Big Baby Miller thing again, are we? AJ, are we going to do that whole thing again? Because you know he'll talk circles around you. So no. And in the end, he'll pop 30 anyway. So, um, do we do Deontay Wilder? Yeah, that's the thing. Most will beat AJ. Yeah, that's that's exactly why I don't know why I wouldn't even consider Moses LB because Moses would beat the brakes off AJ. I'm pretty sure of that. So if Moses goes out there and massacres AJ, then for sure we ain't gonna have the Fury fight. It's for damn sure. So I don't want that to happen. You know, I don't like AJ. I don't, but I want to see the Fury fight. I want it. So I want him to win for that purpose. And listen, not for nothing, I'm starting to consider rooting for Virgil Ortiz on Saturday because the only way that the Boots fight happens is if Virgil wins, obviously. So, and I want to see that fight. So. Wilder versus Anderson, ooh, I like it. They were talking about Andy Ruiz and they were talking about Ngannou for Wilder. Those are the two opponents that I heard for Deontay Wilder. I haven't heard Anderson. I have heard Anderson versus Big Baby Miller. I have heard about that, but I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing it. The two USA heavyweights going at it, but Wilder. What about no? Wilder's too dangerous. I wouldn't do Wilder if I'm AJ either, and I wouldn't. Would you do the trilogy with Ruiz, LB? How about that option? Too dangerous? Do you think Ruiz is too dangerous, or do you think that right now it's the time for AJ to finally get over the hump? He is one of them. I mean, no, ain't nobody asking for that anyway. But would you? No, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do Ruiz, and I wouldn't do Wilder either, bro. If Wilder lands one of those right hands, bro, forget it. If for whatever reason Wilder can turn back the clock in 1 minute of that fight, watch out. Perfect time for the trilogy? You think so? Man. Okay, I'll put it as the fourth option then. I'll put it as the fourth option. Like number one is Anderson or Makhmudov. You can flip the coin if you want with one and two. Then Hergovic and Ruiz are the more dangerous of the four, obviously, in my opinion. Um, if okay, so let me ask you, LB, if all four are on the table, let's say that Jared Anderson, Makhmudov, and Hergovic and Ruiz, all four of them are on the table. Who do you pick? Who do you pick? I would pick. I would pick Makhmudov. Yeah, if all four of them are on the table, I'm selecting Makhmudov. Yeah, that to me is the more favorable of the matchups. You know, in my opinion. Um, there's not enough. Lottery Burns says there's not enough boxing lately. I want to see some good fight. Yeah, I mean, listen, October was a stinker. October was a stinker. God bless you, Thomas Hill. Appreciate you pulling up, brother. God bless. Absolutely. Great to see you, bro. Hey, T Hill, let me ask you. AJ return is apparently going to be in February in Ghana, Africa. Who do you want to see him up against? Who do you want to see? Big Baby LB, you gotta be trolling me, man. You know he's gonna pop 30. It's gonna be a fun build up though. But I say T Hill, if you're still there, I say he should either go for Jared Anderson, Makhmudov, or Hergovic, because I guess I'm still hoping for that Fury fight to happen, you know. And I don't want to get Bakoli or Ajagba because it can get dicey there for AJ, you know. But great to see you, brother. God bless you for sure. Big Baby Miller, man. But I mean, I would love it, man. Big Baby Miller would give him nightmares on the microphone. I know this for a fact. It's gonna be fun as hell to build up. But you know, man, the elephant in the room here is that Big Baby is gonna pop. If for whatever reason a miracle happens and Big Baby can just pass a drug test, bro, like he might. Okay, I hear you. He might not put dirty out there with Turkey. Yeah, if that's the case, and God, oh boy, do I hope you're right, bro? Like seriously. But all right, you know what? I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Okay, send in Big Baby Miller then. Send him in. You know, for sure. Out of all of them, without a doubt, it's gonna be the funny, the most entertaining build up. You know, it's not even close. Big Baby Miller, bro. What a colorful character, bro. Unbelievable. Um, Pretty good fighter too. Not for nothing, I thought he beat Andy Ruiz, but you know, whatever. They called it a draw. Let's see. So let me show you guys one of the more gruesome knockouts that I've ever seen. Right. Um, this is one of the more gruesome knockouts that I've ever seen. Okay. Um, yes, LB, exactly. Let me show the image first so I can cover my backside. There's the banner over there as well. Okay. I'm not monetized. This is educational purposes only. Okay. Please. This is a short only. All credit goes to. Let me share my screen. Audio. Let me know, guys, if you can hear clearly. Okay. All credit goes to the channel here.
Dick Eklund from New England against Alan Clark of Halifax in a welterweight matchup. Now, we should warn you, this is not for the faint of heart. What you're about to see is brutal at best, and we must say Alan Clark is a very lucky man tonight just to be alive. Eklund nearly blew him out of the ring. Now watch this and ask yourself, where was the referee to stop this fight? Let's roll the tape. Dick Eklund from
This is one of the more gruesome knockouts that I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen some of those. And this is one of those that are just, I hate to say it, man. I'm not one to be jumping on the referees, bro, but yeah, right, LB? You seen that before? Bro, that was a gruesome knockout, bro. And if you didn't know, Dickie Eklund is the half brother of Mickey Ward. You ever saw that movie where Christian Bale and Mark Wahlberg, where Mark Wahlberg plays Mickey Ward and Christian Bale plays him, Dickie Eklund? You seen that? That dude was pretty good, bro. Dickie Eklund was a pretty good fighter, dangerous fighter. He gave Sugar Ray Leonard a pretty good fight, not for nothing, you know. But yeah, that was nasty, bro. Yeah, damn, yeah, bro. That was never seen it. Oh man, that was messed up, bro. That was messed up. That's yes, the fighter. Yes, yes. That guy is the character that Christian Bale got an Oscar for. One of the greatest acting performances that I've ever seen in my life. Um, I mean, it's right up there with Heath Ledger, the Joker, DiCaprio in The Aviator, Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump, you name it, right? Denzel Washington in Training Day, and well, basically any movie he does. But there's another one where he just knocked it out of the park. John Q, you name it. Um, but yeah, that was gruesome, bro. That was gruesome. Let me show you. Have I shown you the Kermit Sintron KO of Walter Matisse? Have I shown you that, LB? Because that's another gruesome knockout. Very gruesome knockout. So let's see. Let me show it to you then. Wait one second. Oh my God. Okay, I got it. Oh, you seen that one? Okay, okay. Gotcha. Okay, let me see what else can I show you guys. Let's see. I got quite a few. Oh my goodness. Yeah, um, since we're on the negligence of the referees, this is yeah, this tops the list right here. Okay, this tops the list right here. Emil Griffith versus Benny the Kid Pared. You familiar with that one, LB? Anybody in the chat? Let me put the disclaimer here. This is no copyright infringement intended. Okay. All credit goes to the JRE companion. I'm not even monetized or anything like that. This is educational purposes only. Okay. Sharing screen. Okay. Never seen it? Oh boy. Check this out, bro.
This is probably the tamest round of the entire fight. Not there. There's Barrett's blocked again. Griffith blocked him. Barrett against the ropes. Almost helpless. A minute to go. And they're going to stop it. They're going to stop it as Barrett sags to the canvas. Barrett goes down from Shearer to Oster. Look at him there. As the analyst put his mouthpiece out. Dr. Schiff is coming over to look at him.
He fell into a coma and passed away like 3 days later. Now, the important thing is that unfortunately, as you can see, he's pinned in the ropes and he can't go down because he's pinned in the ropes, right? On the corner, rather, not on the ropes, on the corner. He's pinned in the corner, and the referee is in a bad position because he's right behind Emil Griffith, who's just wailing on him, and he's defenseless, but he doesn't go down because he's basically out on his feet. He is out on his feet, but he can, the corner keeps him standing up. And man, that was awful. That was awful. Another blatant referee negligence. Knockout is Merciless Ray Mercer versus Tommy the Duke Morrison. You're probably familiar with that one, right? Yeah. No, this is top rank. I can't show this. I'm gonna get jammed. Yeah, you remember that one, bro? Merciless. Not for nothing. Merciless Ray Mercer was one of the scariest dudes I've ever seen in the ring. Yeah, for sure. Let me see which one I can show to you. Make sure that I don't get jammed here. Oh shit. Yep, there it is. Oh. Yep. I found it. Okay. Oh yeah, he was a killer for sure, bro. Come on. Come on. Absolutely. He looked the part and he played the part. Disclaimer, all that good stuff, okay? Not monetized, educational purposes only. Okay? Don't be a stinker. Share screen. Okay? Audio.
Wear you out in itself, just that nervousness. Mercer with two good right hands. And now Mercer on Morrison in the corner. And Mercer's all over and Morrison in trouble. And Morrison goes down for the first time in his career. And that is it. That's it.
Now, the problem here, as you can see, the referee, you should be here so you can jump in the middle, not behind the fighter. Now, on the previous one that we saw, the referee was behind the fighter because they were in the corner. Okay, they were in the corner here. But in this case, not so much, right? There's the ropes right there. There's no corner there. Okay, so this is blatant negligence on this gentleman right here. And I hate to do this, okay? I don't like, this is a man doing his job the best we can, or so we think, right? But the glaring aspect here is this: he's behind the fighter. You need to be between them so you can break things up, man. You see, and then he tries. He doesn't even get between them. He goes behind the fighter, like, bro, come on, man.
And Morrison goes down for the.
What are we doing, bro? Like, seriously. See, that those are the type of things that becomes real dangerous, And I have to say it, man. It is negligence. Everybody know. If I know it, he knows it. Okay. If I know this, he knows it. You have to go in between the fighters. You can't get behind the fighter because the adrenaline, bro. The fighter's younger than you, bigger than you. Most of these referees are older men. Okay. I mean, you gotta, positioning is key, man. Like seriously. And these are heavyweights. Like the other ones are not heavyweights. This is a heavyweight man landing blows on clean blows on a defenseless head. You know, and this is just funny because I've debated people for so long. Like people ask this question, right? Let's ask this question: which combat sport? Um, which oh LP, that's a good point, LP. Yeah, he saw that man just winning and like, nah, I ain't getting in there. Fuck that. Remember when Badu Jack nailed Arthur Mercante? That was funny as hell. You remember that? That was too funny, bro. Hey, not for nothing. He showed some chin there, you know. Um, let me put, let me put the yeah, there it is. There, he didn't want this to happen to him, LB. This is what he didn't want to happen to him. Let me put the freaking disclaimer thing again, just a sec. There it is, okay? Look at the banner, educational purposes only. I'm not monetized, okay? Cheers. This is so funny, bro. And I mean this I'm not being disingenuous, okay? I'm just saying this was funny, you know?
Arthur Mercante doing a great job in this fight. Separates the fighters.
Oh, man. Props to Badu Jack for keeping him up, bro. Because, oh, man. Poor Arthur Mercante, bro. He took one for the team there, right? I'll be laughing. He took one for the team, didn't he, bro? Yeah, he set the standard, and that guy over in Mercer, obviously this was before that fight, but I'm just fucking around here. He saw that one and said, nah, you ain't going Arthur Mercante to me. No, hell no. Okay, got it. But let's do this because I've debated people on the topic of which should be your first combat sport or martial art or whatever, self-defense, however you want to put it, right? What should be the first thing that you train? And I always tell people this: boxing. Why? Very simple. The fight, if you're gonna get into, I don't know, 6 fights in your life, I guarantee you at least 5 of those are gonna be, you're gonna be using the hands. You're gonna use your hands. You need to educate your hands first. Now, do I think it's the only thing you should learn? No, I trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well for about 5 years, boxing for about 7 years or something like that. So definitely, if you can mix that with grappling, that would be nice. But let's say you got 3 people coming at you, you can't really use Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, bro, because all the moves require your 2 hands and you're on the ground. So while you're on the ground busy with one guy, his body over there is going to sucker kick your head all the way into Mars, bro. Like you're going for a fucking Kimura, a fucking armbar, a fucking triangle, a fucking rear naked choke, whatever. Yeah, you're busy with that dude, but what about their bodies? His body or buddies, you know? So in boxing, you can keep distance. You can use your feet. You're standing up for once. And for starters, right? So you can move. And here's part of the problem, and here's Joe Rogan correcting this bozo right here. This is funny stuff. Oh, let me put the freaking, god damn. 1 second. Here's the disclaimer right there. Okay, I'm not monetized. This is educational purposes only. Look at the banner. All credit goes to Mind Lab. Okay. This is food for thought, fellas. This is food for thought. And this is very important to keep in mind, okay? This could literally save your life one day.
Every time I box, I'm like, dude, I could just take you down and fucking choke you out. It feels silly. Putting gloves on and boxing, it is awesome. And it's still badass, don't get me wrong. But when I think about it as like a martial art, I go, this just doesn't seem like the same type of superpower that jiu-jitsu felt like.
It's not, but if you don't have it, you're in real trouble. Because if someone has it and they're very fast, they can fuck you up before you can get close to grabbing them. Bro, what if it's someone like Terrence Crawford who used to wrestle? He used to wrestle, knows how to wrestle, his kids can wrestle, and he knows how to box. Are you sure you're gonna grab him and take him down? You're probably not gonna do jack shit. He's gonna fuck you up standing.
Every time I...
Yeah. Thank you, Joe Rogan. Thank you for being awesome. Yeah, I mean, he says, I can just fucking take you down and choke you out as if you can just snap your fingers and do all that shit, you know? Like, listen, bro, you can try to take me down, but if somebody that's boxed for shit, even 2 years, with educated hands, facts, LB, right? Somebody that has educated hands that's been boxing for 1.5 years, 2 years. I'm not even going any further because it's way too easy, but 2 years with hands training. Bro, they land a shot on your head and you're not used to being hit either. Remember this, guys, because if you train grappling, you never hit each other. That's why you go 100% when you're grappling, right? I know this for a fact, okay? They call it Newasa, which is basically sparring, right? But you can go 100% because if we're doing grappling, you're not hitting each other, okay? So anyway, the fact of the matter is, yeah, I mean, jiu-jitsu is effective, bro. I almost had my right arm broke once. I got put to sleep one time with a rear naked choke by a judoka, so I know how real it is firsthand, okay? But I also know that it only works if you're fighting only one person. People nowadays, they don't fight fair, people. They don't. When you see somebody acting out, best believe they either are packing something or they are with like 15 dudes around them. Okay, that's their flex. So let's say that he only has one dude with him. Okay, that's fine, but you can't really use jiu-jitsu or any other grappling, wrestling, judo, whatever, any other grappling art against more than one person. It doesn't work. While you're busy with one, the other one can do whatever they want to you. Okay? Let's be serious here. Boxing and okay. No, kickboxing is awesome. It's really awesome. Yeah, absolutely. The best arts to me. Muay Thai. You mean Muay Thai, right? The one with the knees and the elbows. I got you. Yeah, I always recommend people to learn how to fight on the ground because you never know, right? Always get you something on the ground. Wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, whatever. You know, just at least a year of something in the ground, you know, learn how shit works down there because you don't want to be how do you say you don't want to be helpless in any scenario of a fight, right? Standing up on the ground, whatever. You don't want to be helpless in any scenario. Now, you're not going to be perfect at everything, but it's also not good to have nothing in one area of the fighting. That's just me. But I mean, kickboxing is awesome, bro. We see Pereira, we see Jiri Prohaska, we see Cyril Gahn, we see Buaka, fucking Super Leg, the Rock Tank, the famous Rock Tank, the Thai fighter over at 1FC. I mean, you name it, right? But boxing should be number one, in my opinion. Everybody, the first self-defense, martial art, combat, however you want to put it, the first thing you train in that aspect of your life should be boxing. Do it for a year, do it for 2 years, and then you can do something else. If you don't like it, it's not for you, whatever the case, that's fine. It's not for everybody. But learn the knowledge. Learn how to get away from punches. Learn how a punch feels. Learn how to assimilate a punch. Learn how to pick your shots. Learn the different punches. Learn hand movement. Learn defense. All those things on top of the discipline that you're gonna get, on top of the physical aspect of it. I mean, you name it. It's just good all the way around. Okay, and one thing that, well, maybe kickboxing has as well, but one thing that boxing has that really almost no other martial art has is that you can do it anywhere. Like you can shadow box literally anywhere, guys. You don't need anything except your hands to shadow box. Okay, you don't need some tatami in the ground to make sure that you don't get a fucking staph infection or whatever the case may be. You don't need a basketball court. You don't need a fucking football field. None of that. You don't need a goal net or a ball. No, just your hands, bro. What God gave you. That's all you need to shadow box. And shadow boxing is one of the most fun things in life, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to make that point because that is something that to me is very important. Give me 1 second while I take care of something. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I rock with that. I rock with that. LB, boxing and kickboxing are the best. I just feel like if someone's able to take you down in a fight, like my thing with kicking, bro, as nice as it is, and it is nice. Um, if somebody can catch your kick, bro, it's fairly easily to get you to the ground, bro. It's really easy. Now that's a big if, right? It's not like you could just catch a kick, right? Like, but yeah, you're breaking your base there when you throw a kick. You know, you basically have no balance. So that's the only thing for me. But it is awesome. It is. So um, let's see what else we got. What else we got? Figure this out. So let's take a look at some UFC news, shall we? We've been through all of the boxing. Let's check some UFC news. Okay. Yeah, Dana White has been speaking with the FBI regarding this betting scandal. Um, so they're still like investigating and stuff like that. So we'll see how that whole thing plays out. They are having a fight night in Vegas this Saturday. The UFC is, so they are back in Vegas. So that's still on for sure. So there's no reason to doubt anything of the sort. Um, let's see what else we got. MMA fighting. Nate Diaz announces he has accepted Jake Paul's rematch. It's gotta be a joke, though. Okay, let's see what we got here. Nate Diaz and Jake Paul could be headed for a rematch. Okay. Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz 2 appears to be a go. On yesterday evening, Diaz sent out an Instagram post with the caption, "Fight accepted, you're dead," end quote, along with a picture from his first boxing match with Paul from August 2023. Paul defeated Diaz by unanimous decision. Okay. Okay, so apparently it's on, right? It is Jake Paul, it is Nate Diaz after all. So I can't believe I'm reading these fellas. BJ Penn arrested for sixth time this year. God's sakes, bro. I hate to see legends like this, man. I ain't gonna lie. BJ Penn, in my opinion, the greatest lightweight of all time, even though people are gonna say it's Khabib now, obviously. But wow. UFC legend BJ Penn was arrested and released on bail, and he's due back in court in December. Oh, for God's sakes, man. This is bad. UFC legend BJ Penn was arrested for the sixth time in 2025 after police detained him following an alleged assault that occurred on the morning of November 4th, which was yesterday. Hawaii Island police arrested Penn on third-degree assault charges, and he was later released on a $1,000 bail. At 1 a.m., police responded to a report of an assault at a residence on Kanoa Street in Hilo, Hawaii. Um, Police said in a statement, the 45-year-old male victim reported that Penn punched and kicked him multiple times before the victim was able to leave the area and contact police. The victim later sought medical treatment for his injuries at Hilo Benioff Medical Center. At 11:50 a.m., officers located Penn on Lehua Street in Hilo, where he was arrested without incident. End quote. Penn, 46, of age, is scheduled for his initial court appearance on December 2nd in Hilo District Court. This is just the latest in a long line of troubling incidents involving the former UFC lightweight and welterweight champion. Yeah, remember, fellas, prime BJ Penn was absolutely unbelievable to watch. Okay? He could knock you out. He could submit you. You name it, he could do it. Um, he's been arrested multiple times in 2025, primarily related to allegations regarding abuse of a family or household member, and then violating a restraining order filed against him by his mother, bro. Lorraine Shin, Penn's mother, initially filed for the restraining order after her son's arrests on the abuse allegations following altercations between them at home. Shin accused Penn of, quote, extreme psychological abuse, unquote, after he began claiming, yeah, I remember this, after he began claiming that his family had been, quote, killed, unquote, and replaced with imposters. Imagine dealing with that, bro. Imagine having a family member telling you that you're not who you say you are, that you're not, they don't know who you are. You know, they've killed my whatever, and they've sent you to. Imagine dealing with that, bro. I can't even imagine that shit. Unbelievable, man. Norman wins. You know what? I'm starting to believe that, LB. I can definitely see that happening. I wouldn't be shocked if it's a stoppage either. I do like me some B Norm the Storm. Absolutely. The allegations against Penn started after Shin claimed she returned home from a trip and found all of her belongings removed from her bedroom. Penn denied any involvement in the missing property. A few days later, Shin claimed her purse was stolen from a safe, and that led to her making a theft report with police. Fellas, pray for BJ Penn. He needs it. He needs your prayers. This guy is unfortunately out of control. Obviously he's having, I believe, mental health issues, and more specifically issues with his brain health. Okay. Um, and I saw this man fight, and this guy brought me so many memories in the UFC. He beat Matt Hughes 2 times. He has a highlight reel KO of Cal Uno. He beat GSP 1 time. Um, he's a beast, man. This man was a beast in his heyday, and this is such a sad thing to happen to a legend, man. BJ Penn, bro. My prayers are with you, bro. And this is some seriously fucked up shit that they're accusing you of, bro. Like, you really got to get your shit together, bro. Like, god damn, bro. This is bad. Says here, UFC quote, already in the process working out new deals with fighters who receive pay-per-view bonuses. The UFC moves to Paramount in 2026, which ends the traditional pay-per-view format for the company. At the start of 2026, the UFC officially moves from ESPN to Paramount, and under the terms of the new 7-year, $7.7 billion deal with the promotions, pay-per-view format is coming to a close. Instead, all of the high-profile UFC numbered events are just going to be part of the standard package available for subscribers through Paramount Plus at no additional cost. Interesting. At no additional cost, huh? Awesome. While that's obviously hugely beneficial for fans, considering UFC pay-per-views currently run $79.99 per event, there are a number of fighters on the roster who earn more money based on sales from those cards. Exactly. What do we do with those? Typically, UFC champions and superstar fighters such as Conor McGregor can make an even bigger payday from a percentage of pay-per-views once sales cross a certain threshold, but that's all going away under the terms of the new Paramount deal. But Lawrence Epstein, the UFC senior executive vice president and chief operating officer, says that conversations are already happening with the fighters who would typically receive those bonuses to restructure contracts to ensure they're still being paid fairly once the pay-per-view model comes to an end in January. Hopefully that's the case, but I ain't holding my breath either. On the fighter pay question, there's going to be some changes to the structure of our deals, in particular with our premium athletes that have a percentage of their compensation based on pay per view sales, Epstein said during the TKO Group Holdings quarterly financial call on Wednesday. That being said, our team is already in the process of working out those deals. As of now, the UFC hasn't actually announced any fights or events to kick off the new Paramount partnership, but that could happen at any time. Awesome. Um, we'll see, man. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. This is an article on MMAfighting.com, by the way. The same thing with the Nate Diaz and Jake Paul rematch. Okay. Um, Ex-UFC fighter Casey Kenny sentenced to 6 months in jail over domestic violence arrest. Casey Kenny fought in the UFC for 2 years, with his last bout coming back in 2021. Casey Kenny was sentenced to 180 days in jail after he ultimately pleaded guilty of a lesser charge after being arrested back in 2024. Per court records obtained by MMA Fighting, the 34-year-old fighter made a plea deal with prosecutors for an aggravated assault charge, a Class 6 felony for domestic violence, after he was initially hit with a multitude of charges, including kidnapping, disorderly conduct, and several assault charges. Holy shit. Under the conditions of his plea deal, Kenny was sentenced to 6 months in the county jail, which began on October 30th, and he also has to stay on probation for the next 3 years. Kenny must also complete a substance abuse program and a domestic violence offender treatment program. Okay. Hopefully he gets better, man, but you know, those DVs, man, those are bad. Um let's see. I'm trying to get it says MMA Mania here, but today no, I don't think they do this. Whatever. Yeah, let's see something else here. Bloody hell. Sure, dog. Let's see what we got here. Okay. 5 fights you can't miss in November 2025. November 7, Muhammad Mokaev versus Gerard Burns. UFC 322. November 15 is Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. And on that same card, they have my brother, my guy, Benil Dariush versus Benoit Saint Denis. I do like Benoit Saint Denis as well. Look at this fight, fellas. UFC Qatar, November 22nd. Arman Sarukian versus Dan Hooker. Wow. And on the same card, we have Bilal Muhammad versus Ian Gary. So I'm rooting for Mohamed Mokaev, Sean Brady, Benil Dariush, Dan Hooker, and Bilal Muhammad. Okay? Those are the five that I'm rooting for in this one. So obviously we have my guy, George Foreman, Big George Foreman. Okay? I would be remiss if I didn't show you anything about it, right? Let's see. Okay, so I have the edit for you guys. This channel, Open One. Please go check this channel, fellas. How you doing, Smoochie? God bless you. Great to see you. You guys need to check this channel. It's called Open One. It has some sick shorts, fellas. Okay, let me put the link here on the chat. Check that out, fellas. Great to see you, sister. Absolutely. Unbelievable shorts. Okay, let's go. Let me show you this, and with this, I will probably let me put the link just in case somebody wants to pull up. If not, I will wrap it up because I have to get up early tomorrow. But because I have my guy there, Big George Foreman, on the screen, I have to leave you with that one. Okay, here's the disclaimer. Okay, there's the banner right there. Um, I'm not monetized. No, it's for educational purposes only. Okay, go share screen, audio. Okay.
Especialmente pra mulher que sabe que representa. Mostra pra mim que tu aguenta. Mostra pra mim que tu aguenta.
And I got another one for you guys. I have another one for you guys. Let's see. I'm looking for a good one here to show you guys. Oh, yes. Here it is. Here it is, fellas. Here's the one. Let me put the disclaimer. Okay, there's the banner right there. Okay, I'm not monetized. This is educational purposes only. Watch this. Okay.
Foreman hitting the heavy bag is one of the more prodigious sights I've had in my life.
And he had a trainer, Dick Sadler, tiny by comparison to Foreman. And Sadler would hang on to the heavy bag. When Foreman would hit this bag, Sadler would just literally be picked off his feet.
At the end of 15 minutes of pounding the heavy bag, there'd be a hole in the heavy bag. Not a hole, but a huge dent, the size of half a small watermelon. It seems to me that of all the people I've seen hitting heavy bags, including Sonny Liston, no one ever hit it the way Foreman did. Foreman hitting the heavy bag.
I keep telling people, listen, I would rather take a knife to a gunfight than to step into the ring with that dude right there. Okay? All right, fellas, let's end as always with the Lord's Prayer. Okay? Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thy is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Thank you, God. Smoochie. Hey, Smoochie, I'm telling you, like anything except getting in the ring with Foreman or Tommy Hearns, one of those dudes. No, I don't need that in my life. I don't. Um, so yeah, this pretty much it. Yeah, pretty short show. Tomorrow we're going to go live and we're going to break down Virgil Ortiz versus Erickson Rubin. Okay, Carrier, what's up? I'm just wrapping things up. Carrier, how you doing, brother? God bless you. Great to see you. Yeah, we talked a little bit about boxing and everything. So, um, so let me ask you this, Carrier. Which opponent do you find better for AJ's return? You got Virgil, gotcha. Um, yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Virgil's probably going to get the win. I might end up rooting for Virgil just because I know that that's the only way that the Boots fight could happen. So, and I definitely want to see that fight. So that would be the reason why, you know. But what do you think? Because the rumor is that AJ is coming back in February, but he's coming back in Ghana, Africa. So, which opponent? Because I guess I still want to see that Fury fight, right? So, which one do you think is better, Jared Anderson, um, Arslanbek Makhmudov, or Hergovich? Which one of the three do you think is best? Yes, people do Virgil. I mean, I have done Virgil a little dirty myself because I don't like the fact that he. Um, I mean, Xander just got here. Basically, he's 22 years old. I don't get what the deal is with Xander, but yeah, you're right. The options, I don't know. I didn't read it on the article, but I crafted three options. I'm just looking for three options that's not gonna get AJ, Daniel Dubois again, because like a Bakoli or an Ajagba to me are very dangerous, Um, so I think Jared Anderson, Makhmudov called him out after he beat Dave Allen, so let's have him. Or Hergovich. Those to me are very winnable fights for him. You got to make sure he wins, man. You know, he's been out of the ring for over a year. I don't think he's ever done that before. So you know, the I want to make you want to make sure the guy ends up winning. If it's impressively, even better, because that's the only way that we get Fury JJ in Wembley. You know, otherwise not. Because I'm thinking Wilder, I'm thinking Andy Ruiz 3, have the trilogy with Ruiz maybe, but it might get dicey for AJ. It might get dicey for him. So cash out and retire. Okay, okay. I'm all for it, bro. I'm all for it. Yeah, yeah. Sign me up. The talk what I've seen from Wilder is either Ruiz or Francis Ngannou. That's what I hear out of Wilder. But hey, I mean, hopefully it happens. It's just that Wilder, man. I don't know, man. Wilder, I don't know what he has left, But yeah, I think, man, kid, that's probably what's gonna happen. But bro, if Wilder can somehow land that right hand on AJ, oh boy. I mean, would you take that risk if you're AJ? I mean, uh, I don't know. I mean, is it even still a risk, right? Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. That's a fact right there, Carrier. That's a fact. AJ's cooked, but Wilder's badly cooked. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, Wilder's been put through the ringer, man. AJ not so much. Here and there with Usyk and with Ruiz and with Dubois, yes, but Wilder's Fury, is Eli Zhang, is Joe Parker, is fucking yeah. I mean, the AJ Ruiz wasn't the Dubois was a bad knockout. Really, the others not so much, right? But Wilder had a bad knockout versus Zhilei Zhang and versus Fury 3. So yeah, I feel you. Exactly. They're out of sync. You know what, Carrier? Bro, I'll go to my grave saying this. He should have never left Mark Breland, bro. He should have never left Mark Breland. Malik Scott, a dude that you whooped, like exactly. He looked terrible versus Tyrell Hurd. Yeah, I remember that fight. I was like, dang, bro, this is supposed to be like you ain't gonna get an easier. With all due respect, right? You're not gonna get an easier opponent than this. Like seriously. But bro, when you've been in the top, bro, when you get a taste of what it looks like to be on the top, bro, it's and you think you can still do it, bro, it turns like a vicious cycle, doesn't it? Like damn. But yeah, that Kerry saying the dude tried to take a dive when Wilder was attacked. Man, and that's the thing. Like you sure you want to go from an opponent like that all the way up to AJ if you're Wilder? I mean you ain't got that much time left, so might as well do it, right? Like let's fucking roll the dice, you know. Let's fire your last bullet, Wilder. You know? Yeah. I think so, Carrier. I just read. Give me a second. I just read on the site is MMAfighting.com. Give me a second. I'll let you know right now because I just read this a few minutes ago. Nate Diaz announces he's accepted Jake Paul's rematch. Okay. On Tuesday evening, Diaz sent out an Instagram post with the caption "Fight accepted, you're dead," along with a picture from his first boxing match with Paul from August 2023. Now, it says, yeah, Paul's most valuable promotions is yet to make an official announcement for who Paul is set to fight next following the collapse of, you know what? Let's see. Yeah, so it's not confirmed, but you know what? Let me check MVP promotions. Give me 1 second, Carrier. Interesting. MVP. No, that's not it. News. No, I don't see anything here. Not yet, at least, Carrier. Yeah, it looks that way, though. It looks that way. Okay. Wilder, Rich. Oh, man. Are you kidding me right now? Like, Wilder. Jake Paul ain't never going to fight somebody that's bigger than him. No way. I mean, come on. Nah. No way. Him calling out AJ was the funniest shit ever, bro. Didn't you get the memo with Francis Ngannou? Didn't you get the memo with AJ on AJ regarding Francis Ngannou? Did you get that memo, Jakey? I'm not sure Wilder can be. I mean, Carrier, come on. I mean, listen, Wilder. Yeah, I mean, listen, Wilder is not the most skilled boxer ever. He's not. He doesn't have any footwork worth of speak of, right? But I mean, he has over 40 knockouts. I mean, come on, guys. I understand that. Oh, who he beat or yeah, listen. He when you can knock out 40 plus men at heavyweight, bro, there's something to be said about that. Yeah, he can. He will knock Jake's head off his shoulders, bro. That's what he would do. Like Wilder's been in there with some people, bro. Talking about a former heavyweight champ. The scariest thing, not for nothing, Deontay Wilder is the scariest thing we've seen at heavyweight since Mike Tyson. Is that not true? I understand that he's not the more skilled fighter you're ever gonna see. Like, yeah, he has basically no skills. He has no footwork. And keep in mind, with all of those disadvantages, and plus he started late, right? He was a basketball player, so with all those things considered, he still made it, fellas. He still made it. So there's something to be said about that, in my opinion. You know. Oh yeah, Martin Bacoli. Oh boy, I was rocking with him after his performance against Jared Anderson, but I mean, we can forget about the Parker one because that was like a 2 hour notice or whatever, you know. But his performance against Efe Ajagba was pretty good, but not special. It was a pretty good fight. You know, I was actually happy with the draw, and not for nothing, I would like to see a rematch. Would you, Carrier? Do you concur? Or, but I would like to see them run it back. Why not? You know. And while we're at it, let's have Miller versus Ruiz #2 as well. That was a draw also that I think Miller won, but whatever. Um, so yeah, he is pretty intimidating. I ain't gonna lie, but he's fighting. Yeah, exactly. He's been out of shape badly. I was just about to say that. Like, you see him against Jared Anderson. He's bouncing. He's looking athletic and shit. And you look him against a Jag, but that was a full camp. I mean, the Parker thing again. Who's gonna hold that against you, bro? If you ain't making this money, somebody else is. So it might as well be you. So if Turkey calls me, I say yes. So the fucking the Ajagba one is the one that really troubled me because he couldn't hang with Efe Ajagba once. Whenever Efe Ajagba decided to box, he was piecing him up, bro. No lies. Macaulay was able to pin him in the ropes, and Ajagba was also like taking a quote unquote break, and he was able to wham on him, and that's how he got the rounds right necessary for a draw. But man, he been looking kind of shaky, bro. He's been out of shape, like Zurdo Ramirez also as well. Been looking out of shape, bro. I don't care what nobody says. Zurdo Ramirez looked badly out of shape versus Dorticos. Okay. But hey, I appreciate you pulling up, bro. I was just about to wrap it up because I gotta wake up early tomorrow. I gotta do a few things, but I appreciate you, Carrier. Special thank you to my brother, the aircraft carrier. Special thank you to my brother, Laurie Burton Show. Special thank you to my beloved sister, Smoochie, in the house. Special thank you to my brother, Thomas Hill. That's my guy right there. Make sure you guys check out Casual's Corner. And special thank you to Yoda Wise Crush MOC, otherwise known as Crush the Legend. My guy. He's going live on weekdays at 6 a.m. Make sure you watch him. You will not regret it. Take it from me. All right. I appreciate you, Carrier. God bless you. Let's end this show the way we are going to end it and start it every day from now on. And that's with the Lord's Prayer. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Thank you, God, for giving me another day. God bless every single one of you. I hope you have a great rest of your week. This was the stream number 36. We will go live tomorrow, and we will break down Virgil Ortiz Jr. versus Erickson the Hammer of Lubin. Until then, peace